I'm a swerve in a corner. Whoa, whoa. Damn, this shit like. Oh, let me shit. Pause. All that my shit. I'm a swerve in a corner. Whoa. I should play that shit, but then I know it'll probably get banned on whatchamacallit. Who knows what number podcast this is? I think it's 223 or 224. Who knows the right number? Podcast 223. I think that's what I'm going to go with. 223. Let's get it started. Let's get it started, huh? Let's get it started in here. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Settle. That was kind of gay. Anyway, so podcast 223 or 224, not 1,000%. I'll get it right on the next one, I promise. So today we're talking about independence and success. Now, as we have it, it is the beginning of the year, and we know how that goes at the beginning of the year. Everybody sets their new goals, their new how do you say, their new goals and resolutions. The gym is so packed. Now, for somebody that is on a 90, I want to say today makes 93 days consecutively in the gym without one missing day. By the way, if you're on TikTok, double tap the screen. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Come on, guys. Anyway, so for somebody that has not missed a gym day in 93 days consecutively, that means one after the other. For those who don't know what consecutive means, I have not missed a gym day in 93 days, and I don't plan on missing anytime soon. The challenge started as 30, then it went to 60. Now it's at 120, right? And perhaps it may turn into 365 because consistency is key, and it has transformed my body. I've gotten a little bigger, of course. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm a fighter at the end of the day. So staying fit and staying in shape, it turns into a lifestyle. But since we're in the beginning of the year, the gym is full and there are a lot of different people in the gym, a lot of new faces in the gym. But one thing we know, by the end of the month, half of that or maybe a third of that is going to be gone. Not because I'm being negative, not because I'm not being optimistic. Me, I know I'm going to be consistent because I'm a consistent person in general. I just told you I was on a 93-day binge, right? But statistically, most people drop off. Most people drop off after a month when it comes to their goals, especially being in the gym. Some drop off after the second month. Some drop off after the first quarter, right? A lot of people aren't consistent. Obviously, when you live a certain lifestyle that requires you to be in the gym, then that's a lot easier for you. And me fighting, even though I should have more fights, I should be more busy, but it is what it is. You got to stay ready. So this way you don't have to get ready. And I want people to be more successful. I want people to be more independent. And I want everybody that listens to my podcast, everybody that follows me, I want you guys to have more success. And I want this to really turn into just a success driven thing, right? A lot of the times we focus on, you know, talking about women and having game with women. And yes, that can help you. But a lot of these problems wouldn't even be here if you focused on yourself, right? For example, a lot of divorces are surrounded by money. If you focused on yourself and focused on your money like you should, then a lot of these problems wouldn't even be there, right? You wouldn't have problems with money. You wouldn't have money troubles. You wouldn't have issues. Not saying that I expect everyone to be rich and successful, but if you can at least take care of yourself, right? A lot of the times women feel as if they're settling for a man and you're not at your best, right? Your average man is not going to be in shape. So imagine if you were in a relationship and you started going to the gym. Not only would that make your woman anxious and give her anxiety if you actually started fucking working out. Trust me, I see it all the time, especially with married couples. It's actually a technique to implement anxiety when you start taking care of yourself, especially when a man does it, right? It's like, oh, who are you looking good for? Why are you in the gym now? What are you looking good for? How come you're trying to change yourself now? Oh, it must be a new girl at work. You must be cheating. You must be seeing somebody. Now she's on her P's and Q's. Now she wants to make love to you more, right? Now she wants to see you more. Now she wants dates. But that's not always the case. Sometimes the case could be you just want to take care of yourself. So you're killing two birds with one stone. You're making your wife more attractive to you, and you're also being in better shape. Now, the possibility of you cheating could be a possibility because now you look good. And not only is your wife once again attracted to you, if she never actually was, right? Now you have other women that are going to be attracted to you. And this is a really good thing to make sure yourself and get yourself in shape. A lot of basic problems, guys. Oh, I can't get a girl, or this girl's playing games. How about you be your best self? Get your money up, get your looks together, start look maxing, right? Make sure your beard is good, make sure your hair is good, make sure you have a decent matching outfit, right? If you wear glasses and you feel like your glasses make you look like a nerd, get some stylish glasses, get some ones that look nice and start being independent. I know a lot of you guys are younger, but I want to start speaking to an older crowd. And the one thing about speaking to an older crowd, we got to mature the one that we currently have. And what does that mean? I want you guys to be on your shit. Stop relying on people. First, stop relying on your girlfriend. Stop relying on somebody you're in a relationship with. I understand that a lot of you is a new year and you will plan on moving in with your girl or getting an apartment with your girl. Don't do that shit. Don't do it. Do not get an apartment. If you get an apartment, get it on your own. You should be at least able to take care of yourself, do shit by yourself before you go and get an apartment with another female. I could have done that shit already 20 million times. I've never done it. Why? Because you run into problems, especially if your name is out on the lease. You know how many guys I've spoken to that got kicked out of their apartment by their girl, even though they may be paying the rent? They got kicked out because she was upset, not even necessarily cheating either. I spoke to a guy about 2 months ago who got kicked out of his apartment by his girl, where he was paying most of the bills. They got back together, but I told him, listen, this is why you need to have your own shit. Because when you have your own shit and you're independent and you're not relying on somebody, you won't go through these issues. You won't go through these issues. Me personally, I've told the story a million times. I remember this is maybe 6 years ago now. Well, one of my exes, I destroyed my Camaro at the time, and she went and got a car, and she really got a car just so I could drive it, really. But the point is, when she got upset, she would take the car, and I would be in basically timeout like I was a fucking child. I got treated like a child, right? And that was a very uncomfortable feeling. It was a very degrading feeling. It was a very emasculating feeling. And a lot of guys get put into that situation. A lot of you guys are in the quote unquote baby boy situation. If you ever watched the movie Baby Boy with the actor and singer Tyrese, he's really famous for the Fast and Furious for a lot of you young guys. He played in a movie called Baby Boys in the 90s. And this motherfucker still lived at home with his moms. He's driving his girl's car. And a lot of people find themselves in that situations today, right? Uh, and whenever he got upset or his girl got upset with him, she took his keys to his car. Yes, I was in that situation before, right? And this is why you have to break your independence. There was a point in time where currently my car wasn't on the road, and somebody was giving me their car, or my girl was giving me her car, or I was borrowing a car from somebody. And I had to break away from it until I can get my own shit back because I just I didn't like the restraints because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, but I'm relying on somebody else. So we have to work on our independence, right? And I know a lot of people aren't doing this, but another thing is borrowing money. Listen, I will go fucking broke before I borrow money from anybody. And obviously, that's just me having pride, but you don't want to allow yourself to fall into these situations. And even if that means you got to sacrifice to your time, a lot of guys don't want to sacrifice. A lot of guys don't necessarily want to put in the work to get themselves to a level where they have enough money. So, what does that look like? Maybe you have to work 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week, right? And honestly, I'm not going to say school's a waste of time. I did go to school, I didn't graduate. But if the time that I was working or the time I was at school, I could have spent working. I could have saved up enough money and I could have invested that money, especially a few years ago, right? Obviously, investing now, but there's so many different investments. They have like these box houses investments. If you ever looked on Amazon, they have these houses that they will deliver to you. And obviously, they're small houses. It can literally, if you have a backyard, right? If you have about 10 acres a yard, maybe not even that much, you probably don't even need that much, but they unfold and they literally turn into houses that fold up into a box that you can put on the back of a fucking truck. And apparently, this is going to be the way of the future. And you can invest anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 in them, right? Obviously, the houses cost like 20 grand, 30 grand, which is nothing. I wouldn't advise living in one of these, but renting them out would be pretty cool, right? But these are little investments that you can do. They have companies like these, right? There's so many things that you can do, but you can't get that start because you're afraid to put in the work. You're afraid to work 50 hours a week. And then once you get home, oh, go to the gym. Fuck that. You guys are young. Do that shit now. And don't waste your money on bullshit. Yeah, a car is nice. You can have a decent car. But one lesson that I learned, and I heard this from a few different people, and I was just listening to this podcast with Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is a very successful guy. I have a few of his books, and he basically was saying, and the guy on the podcast was saying, this is one thing about rich people, and this is the difference between the rich and the people that are regular. With rich people, what they do with their money, they make their money works for them. So, for example, somebody in the middle class, they would rather uh, buy a nice car or a car that makes them look rich, or they would buy some things that would help them keep a certain lifestyle. Versus the rich, what they do is they will buy an asset that will help them produce money, or they will invest their money into something that will help them produce money. For example, if I buy a laundromat, like say if we both get $100,000, you'll probably save a quarter of it and spend a good portion of it, go buy you a new car, and then maybe put some down on a house, right? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my apartment and I'm going to invest that money into a business where essentially it can run itself, right? I can go hire some really cheap people that'll work for really low budget, whether I go to fucking Home Depot and get one of the Mexicans there, right? Or just literally hire somebody and now they can run my laundromat. And I took that money to pay down on that, and then I could do a special deal where it pays for itself. Or I can go buy it simple, even more simple. I can go $1,200 and go buy a series of vending machines in great locations like hospitals, or buy or the number on the vending machine in the hospital, buy it from that person, whether I got to pay 10 grand, 5 grand for it, whatever the case may be, just for the location. And it's bringing me money in every month. So now my money is working for me versus, doing something stupid like that versus just go buying a car. Now, don't get me wrong. I like nice cars, right? And when I get the chance, I'm gonna buy my nice car. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with nice cars, but what I'm saying is this year is the beginning of the year. I want you guys to work hard. I want you guys to be independent. I want you guys to work on yourself. And I was gonna I was gonna post this video, right? And I'm not sure if I'm still gonna post it. Maybe I will. And I had got out the shower, but I had my towel on. And I was basically telling the story that fat boys, right? And I have nothing against fat boys. I have friends that are fat and well, not necessarily too fat, but I have friends that are, a little big. And I was basically saying this is a message for fat boys, get in shape because I had my shirt off and I had a towel on and I was putting like some ointment on my face to clean my face. And I was basically telling a story of, and this was some time ago. It was a very long time ago. And at the time, I would send my girl pictures or videos of myself in the shower. Like I would post my phone up on a shelf and I would record myself showering. But obviously the difference is I would have no pants on. So she got to see that long dick. But and recording that video, I would send it on Instagram, and I had sent it, but one day I had sent it to someone else by accident. And when I had sent it to this girl, she like replied. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry." She was like, "Oh my god." This is what she said. She said, "Oh my god," right? Like OMG. And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to send that. I meant to send that to my girls. A complete accident. Sorry, sorry, sorry." And she was like, "No, like you're beautiful. I rewatched it 3 times." And then she was like, "Oh, do you mind if I save it?" I'm just like, yeah, a little weird, right? But then ever since then, I swear until this day, and this was some years ago, she still hits me up every now and then asking me for videos of myself in the shower. I kid you not. But what's so funny is this girl has an entire family. She has, I don't know if she's married, but she has a man, she has a child. And even still to this day, I go on her page recently, her kid had a birthday, and that she has a video on there with her husband, and they're basically like around their son for his birthday. They got him like some toy and he was playing with it. But I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. And in the video, I was basically saying that this could be you. You motherfuckers are so worried about game and not focusing on yourself, while your girl is begging or asking or probably receiving naked pictures or naked videos or receiving a naked man in general, right? Just receiving him, and you're focused on nonsense and not focusing on yourself, right? And this is why we just gotta really just try to get all of it, just everything. Pause. That was kind of crazy. But no, seriously, because obviously you want to have your money right, but money is just not enough. You also got to look good, because you can take care of your girl, you can spoil your family, but then she's stepping out on you for her personal trainer. And then on top of that, you can have the looks, you can have the money, but if you don't understand relationship dynamics, which is why having game sometimes is necessary. Because believe it or not, I do have more wealthier clients who also have problems with women. Now, typically, you're not going to have that many problems. You have less problems when you have money, because it just solves a lot, and you can have a better lifestyle, a lifestyle that most women aren't usually privy to. And when you can do that, you usually have less issues. But that doesn't solve everything for everybody, because once your personality is taken into account, and then sometimes that can be taken advantage of, and once that's taken into consideration, you can deal with some people that will still take advantage. For example, um, I had this one guy in Canada who would deal with a girl, and she was spoiled, and he didn't have obviously have a lot of experience with women, and she would throw a hissy fit every time that he didn't do something for her. So he ended up sending her money every time she was mad, or sometimes if he didn't send her money, she was mad. And then she got into this place where she was like, oh, she didn't feel like she had to ask, he should just do it, or he should just know. She hates that she has to ask, so she also got mad if he didn't send money. It was a fucking crazy situation. And I'm just like, you know what? Let's turn this situation around. So I had to teach him some things. And long story short, when he held his ground and he said no, and she realized that she had to go back to her broke life and to like not relying on him. Now, what she did was she tried to ignore him for about a week or two, and he didn't budge. And when she realized he wasn't budging and she was fed up with her bullshit, she had to change, because she realized that she could lose her golden ticket. And a lot of guys don't even realize this. They're not even privy to this type of fucking this world, that if you just simply stand your ground and have some fucking integrity and stand up for yourself, that yes, you can change someone's attitude towards you, because now they're giving you a different respect. Why? Because you're respecting your fucking self. Simple. Simple. But a lot of times guys don't have a lot of experience, so they're not even aware that this element of a relationship exists. A lot of guys aren't even aware that this kind of relationship dynamics is even a thing. They're not. And a lot of the times you will find yourself in this situation. And another thing that a lot of men with money go through is transactional. Things becomes transactional. If you find yourself in a situation where it's like, okay, cool, I got money, but then every time I want to have sex with my lady, or just every time I want to, sleep with my wife, oh, I need to go buy her this, or I need to do this task. And you can find yourself in a transactional relationship, even if you're not rich, right? It's like, oh, maybe if you take out the garbage and watch the kids tonight when I go out with my friends, maybe when I get back, you can get some. The fuck you mean? Maybe when you get back, I can have some. No, bitch, you know what? I don't want none. How about that? I'll go fucking watch porn instead. But it's obviously somebody who has pride is not going to go for that. But that's not how a relationship should be. Your partner should want to have sex with you because it's validational, because they desire you, because they actually want you, because they're actually infatuated with you, because they actually love you. Not, oh, if you do this, or if you do that, or if you do this, or oh, if you go buy me a bouquet of flowers. No, that's not how that fucking work, and that's not how that should work. That's a transactional relation. That's not normal. I've never been in a relationship where I had to go through that. So if you're going through that, there's an issue there. And most likely that person isn't as attracted to you. I literally watch women say, oh, I didn't want to have sex and I called it off so much and I didn't have sex with my man. And there are men in marriages are not having sex with their wife, rich or not. Motherfuckers that I've watched a man say he made $300,000 a month and then still wasn't having sex with his wife. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what? Why even be with the person? But that comes down to dynamics. And this year, I want you guys to start focusing on these things. But before you get into dynamics, the main things you should be focusing on is yourself. When you put more attention to yourself and you put more respect for yourself, people will respect you more also. But a lot of people skip this very basic thing. Very, very, very basic thing. Right? So, my one advice is to set goals. Set goals and make sure you're doing something every day to contribute towards your goals. Right? And when you have big goals, sometimes you need a team. Like, right, I have a company where I want my digital marketing company to, be $1 million company potentially, right? And I want to bring millions to other companies as a service. Because when you have a high value and you're valued very highly, then you can bring other value to other people. And because you have so much value, they will pay you more. And because they will pay you more, you can make more. And this is why I understand this. And because I just got started in digital marketing, but I have a team that knows what they're doing. I created a team from scratch and everything in digital marketing we do. If it comes to, running ads, if it comes to editing, if it comes to making clips, if it comes to, running a Facebook, techniques on Instagram, TikTok, everything you name it, we will do. And FYI, if you guys are good in digital marketing and you want to join a team to make money, hit me up because we are accepting new members. But obviously, we work hard, we check in with each other, and everybody on my team works hard. So if you're a bullshitter and you're into digital marketing, stay the fuck away from me. Simple. But if you work hard, we're willing to accept applications and we're willing to work with new people, right? But my point in mentioning that is sometimes when you are working towards big goals, you can't always do it by yourself. I was literally watching this video with Andrew Tate, and he was like, he claimed to be a billionaire. I don't know how accurate that is, but we know he has a lot of money for sure, right? Probably well more than any of us and anybody watching this, right? But he said he doesn't do it by himself. He has a team, and he works with people. And then he said, you think that you alone is just you can get rich on your own. It's very possible. But it's more likely when you work with like-minded people. And this is why we do the 60-day challenge. At the end of January, I'm starting my new 60-day challenge. Now, we did have a 60-day challenge, I think a few months ago, and only 3 guys finished. It started with like maybe I want to say 10 or 12 at the beginning. Only about 6 or 7 got in and only 3 finished. And the 60-day challenge consists of basically guys being on a regiment every day. You have to check in every day and you're given daily tasks to do every day. And the whole point of it is to create discipline, to see progress in yourself and see progress in your person. So in this program, what we do is We do obviously every day you have to, not every day you have to work out, but you have to work out 3 to 4 days a week. And towards the end of the program, you will be working about 6 days to every day, right? And you have to check in every day. You have to show proof you worked out. You're given daily tasks. You have to write a daily summary on the motivational video that you are given literally every day, right? And you have to check in. And the thing about this program is you are only allowed 5 misses. If you miss more than 5 times, you are kicked out of the program. And obviously there are perks for the program. Well, for the first few sets that join. Now we charge. Now we're not charging at our highest potential yet because it's something still very new. But it's for discipline, and some guys literally transform their body. If you take it serious, you will see the progress, and it's impossible. The only thing that will keep you from being successful in the 60-day program is your fucking self. There are Zoom meetings. You are in a group chat and you have to check in every day. It is just consistency. And if you can keep that going with consistency, there's no way you can fail. Now, consistency is one of the biggest keys to everything. And this is why I've been in the gym for 92, today would make 93 days consecutively. I want to stay consistent. I want to transform myself. I want to turn into a fucking superhero. I want to look like a fucking superhuman, right? But consistency will get you there. You would get a lot further if you did one thing every single day versus some people who are doing it 3 times a week or 4 times a week. Of course, I'm going to get further than you, right? Has somebody come up to me in the gym, is like, "Oh, how'd you get your body like? How'd you do this?" Because I'm fucking consistent. But I'm in the gym 4 days a week. I'm in the gym every day. Oh, not every, you have to take one day. No, I don't. I promise. If you come to this gym every day, you will see me every day. You will see me every single day. This year, guys, I understand that a lot of people aren't going to finish strong, and I understand a lot of people aren't going to accomplish all their goals. But I want everybody to get your goals together and hold on one second. I want everybody to get their goals together and get your shit together. You know, work towards being independent. Stop relying on people. Stop relying on people for personal things. Stop complaining about women that don't do 50-50. If you at least take care of yourself, pay your own bills, don't rely on anybody, pay your own car note, have your own apartment, you don't have to worry about 50-50 because at the very minimum, you're taking care of yourself. Paying for a date is nothing. And if you don't have the money to do that, you need to at least get a fucking job or learn to do something online. If you have a certain set of skills when it comes to digital marketing and you want to take your business to the next level, you can join me and my team. But we only take good, smart, hard workers. If you're on bullshit, we're not fucking with you. Get in the fucking gym. Fat boys. There's a guy out there that your girl really admires. Motherfuckers that don't take care of themselves. Your girl feels as if she's settling. But you can turn that around. Get your shit together. Set some fucking goals. If you need help with learning how to accomplish your goals, I literally have like a $2 ebook that helps you on setting macro and micro goals, big goals, and then you have a subset of little goals to get you to those big goals in a starting point. If you don't know how to set goals, it's 2025. I'm motivated. You guys should be motivated. But even more than motivation, I'm consistent. Just like I told you, I haven't missed a gym day in 92 days. Every day, I'm also working towards my goals. I want success. And not only am I working towards my goals by myself, I have a plan. And not only do I have a plan, I have a team. And we're working together to make sure we all accomplish these like minded goals. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this one off. That's podcast 222 or 223. I'll get it right tomorrow. I promise. I got to head to the gym. Today makes day number 93. Holla at you.